I'm very curious what your opinion is on 15-minute cities. This is something that I guess it's a new idea that we're only beginning to hear about. Maybe you can actually remind us what they are. And I understand they're coming in Europe now. There's legislation pushing in that direction already.
Yes, it is. The digital green certificate, the COVID pass, that was a test balloon to get people to having to produce some kind of a QR code, just getting people used to that. Now what they're slamming us with is these 15-minute cities. Make no mistake, it's not about your convenience. It's not that they want you to be able to, have all of these places that you need to get to very close. And it's not about saving the planet either, by the way. The 15-minute cities, they will have to have those before they can lock you down. And that's what we're talking about here. So in Great Britain, some county already passed legislation. They will be able to impose a climate lockdown. That's the next step. That's what we're talking about. So in order to do that, they will have to have these 15-minute cities. The next step then, of course, will be you are only allowed to leave your immediate area for, let's say, 2 or 3 times a year. So, but there's other people that may have more money and they can actually buy your passings off of you. So guess what? The poor people will be left in these 15-minute neighborhoods while the ones that are better off get to go wherever they want to go. So this is what we're talking about, Look at Saudi Arabia, for instance. They're pulling up Neom City. They call it the Line. So this is like a structure in the middle of the desert, 200 kilometers long, 200 meters wide, 500 meters high, and it will house up to 9 million people. Oh, isn't that just brilliant? If I wanted to get total control of the people, that's exactly where and how I would house them. And then having them on a 3 meals a day prescription. Well, guess what will happen if you do not do as you are told? They will probably cancel that. It's so easy. So that's what we're talking about. And when you really take all of this together, there is no other way for me to actually say this. It will be a complete impoverishment and enslavement of all
praise
people.
to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. This video is going to be entitled 15-Minute City Conspiracy Theory. The 15-Minute City Conspiracy Theory. All right, and there's a lot of information going out. We're hearing a lot. All right. And in the opening, the intro, you saw this video right here. And I got it from the brothers on the chat. It's dealing with these 15-minute cities. Now, before we, go further than that, just wanted to say that the title of the video is Conspiracy Theory. Okay. 15-minute city conspiracy theories. There's a lot of speculation, about the things that we report on and as it pertains to Bible prophecy. Now, we know within ourselves what we believe. You out there, the viewer that's watching, for all intents and purposes of making videos and whatnot, I'm putting this out there. As you saw the disclaimer of the Fair Use Act. All right. We're not saying, there's information in this video. Let me rephrase what I'm saying. There's information in this video because we also have an article, right, from the People's Voice. World Economic Forum Insider reveals, so and such and such. So just because we read you something, we're not telling you that it's fact. We believe what we believe. You believe what you believe. Which, if you believe what we believe, then you understand that this is Bible prophecy. But right now, they're merely conspiracy theories. Let's read to you what that is. Just like the video in the beginning, the word conspiracy theory, it says a theory that explains an event or set of circumstances as a result of a secret plot by usually powerful conspirators. We believe that the illuminated ones, that this is all part of the New World Order, and that the illuminated ones, right, which are the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan on the earth, the ruling class elite who are Esau, Edom. They are Edomites. They're the upper echelon of the Edomites, the so-called white man Esau. Now, at the end of the day, people say that we're conspiracy theorists, so that's why I titled the video that. All right, because they can't say that we're trying to say for sure. We know through the spirit what the truth is, but you out there have to decide what you believe. Theory asserting that a secret of great importance is being kept from the public. And we know that, that's why I say this whole thing with these 15 minutes is conspiracy theory. Okay. Now let's go to that real quick. And forgive me for, I'm trying to word this right. There's a video in the beginning that was going around on the chat a few weeks ago, and I just saved it. So it says EU Parliament, German MEP, Christine Anderson, 15-minute cities, truth bombs. This is a quote from the video. She says, "Make no mistake, it's not about your convenience. It's not about saving the planet either. ... They will impose climate lockdowns. That's the next step. In order to do that, they will have to have these 15-minute cities." Right? And at the bottom, you can't see it, but it says, I'm trying to get it to show up. It will be a complete impoverishment and enslavement of all the people. That's what she said. Okay. So let's look inside of Bible prophecy and see what the scriptures say, what prophecy talks about. Now we can tell. Now this right here is an article from the People's Voice. And what does it say? WEF, World Economic Forum Insider reveals LA wildfires were engineered to seize land for 15-minute cities. Now we can't say for sure if that's true. Do I believe it's true? You know what I believe. If you watch this channel on the regular, you know what I believe. You know what we believe here at GMS, the apostles and the elders, brothers on down. You know what we believe. But I'm merely reporting this from this article. All right. And we're going to read the scriptures. We believe what the scriptures say. Now we're going to get into this article a little bit, but more than read it, we're going to play the video associated with it. We'll play about 7 minutes of the video. But before we do it, I'll read you the intro. It says, the Los Angeles wildfires were orchestrated by the global elite to poison our air, water, and soil and redistribute property into the hands of the elite. According to a World Economic Forum insider who warns that, quote, build back better, end quote, literally means destroying things first and then rebuilding according to New World Order plans. All right. Now, do I believe that? Yeah, I believe that. But I can't give you 100% proof because when none of us there, we don't know what happened. We believe we know, but we didn't see it. We didn't witness it with our own eyes. Do the scriptures talk about them destroying land and doing this and doing that? Well, let's read it and see. Now, this is Isaiah 14:3. Right. And it starts out talking about the Israelites and putting, the other nations into slavery. We're going to jump down here to verse 5. It says, the Lord have broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with a continuous stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindereth. Now, the wicked in this verse, right, on this chapter is talking about Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. In the spirit, he is the king of Babylon. America is Babylon the Great, and he's the king and the ruler of it. It goes on, it says, he who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindereth. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth in the singing. Now, it said the staff of the wicked is broken. So it's talking about it at the top of this chapter. It starts talking about when the elites go down, when the wicked is no longer in rulership, right? The earth is going to be at rest. Now, when you jump down, verse 12 talks about their fall. It says, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? Many of you out there believe that Lucifer is the spiritual demon Satan. This is not true. Lucifer represents the enlightened ones, the illuminated ones, the illuminated ones, which you call Illuminati, which is the international bankers. I would say it's the top of the elite of Esau, or the elite of Esau, which is the top of the Edomites, the ruling class. Okay. And we've been over that many times. Lucifer is not the spiritual demon Satan. You can't find this word Lucifer anywhere in the scriptures. This is the only place. And it's not talking about the spiritual demon Satan. As we read into it, you find that out. It says, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? The heaven here is rulership. Son of the morning, how art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? How did they weaken the nations? Through their infrastructure, through their military power, through their financial power, and through their religious power. That's how they weaken the nations. It says, for thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. The stars of the Most High are the Israelites. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. And that's what that, the MOTB is about. Transhumanism and all this other stuff. They're trying to ascend to new heights. Getting individuals into a 15-minute cities and doing all of that. That's part of their enterprise, which is the NWO. It says, yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. What is they talking about? They're going to be brought down to a lower state and taken out of rulership. It says, they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man? See, so it's talking about men on the earth, not the spiritual demon Satan. Is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness? Now, if you look at what just happened over there in Los Angeles and down in Hawaii and Lahaina and other places, right? It's like a damn wilderness. You be the judge that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners. That's another facet of it. The prison population, what they do on the earth. And in that video, I took it down, but the video that we was talking about, what that German official was talking about in that video they played, it's going to be likened to prisons. 15-minute cities, we speculate, because they're not even built yet. So we can't say that we're reporting on what we believe is the truth, but they're going to be likened to prisons. That's another facet. Also, you have the end time FEMA prisons, FEMA camps that they're going to throw the saints, the Israelites during the persecution in Jacob's trouble. You're going to be cast into a prison. It says, all the kings of the nations, even all of them, shall lie in glory, every one in his own house. But thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, and as the raiment of those that are slain, thrust through with a sword, that go down to the stones of the pit, as a carcass trodden under feet. Listen to this. Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land. Are they not destroying the land? Did they not destroy many lands? But in the main day, they destroying their own land. And slain thy people, the seed of evildoers shall never be renowned. See that? So it's definitely people on the earth. It says the seed of evildoers. Satan ain't got no literal seed. It goes on. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers. Now we know what you're thinking. You poor Edomites out there. You're saying, well, see, it's the elites. Well, no, it's all of you. At times, they use you. Your elites have used you to do their bidding. Just like they do your military, your cops, and all of that. You play a role in it. But the rulers, hey, it ain't our fault that you getting caught up in your own wicked schemes, that they're your people. They ain't got nothing to do with us. It's just as when the 144,000 rule under Yahweh Shai, the regular Israelites, the average Israelites, they ain't going to be able to do nothing about what we do. It just so happens that we're going to have a righteous rulership in which they will enjoy, and they won't be oppressed. But in your kingdom, you're on the bottom. You regular Edomites on the bottom, and your elites, they moving. And a lot of you out there dying, you're losing your houses and all that, but it don't matter. That's punishment from the Lord, okay, for what you did in the past. It goes on, prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers. So all of you guilty for the past, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. They're going to still do what they're going to do. But the Lord is going to interrupt that shit. They're going to try to bring forth, their little NWO, and they're going to try to get it established. But the Lord is going to interrupt it in the early portions. It says, for I will rise up against them, said the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name and remnant and son and nephew, said the Lord. See, I will also make it a possession for the bittern and pools of water, and I will sweep it with the besom of destruction, said the Lord of hosts. So it started up at the top, talking about them being brought down. Then it gives you the reasons why they're being brought down. Then it gives you that they are brought down and they're coming down, and that, this is what they're doing to their own land and the climate and all of that, and the MOTB and all the stuff they got planned. Well, it's just that, it's plans. Okay, some of the plans are gonna come to pass, but not all. Now let's play you some of this video right here. And I'll make sure to put this article in the description as well as on the comment board. So by the time you watch this, okay, you'll see the link on the comment board. Now, again, some of the views shared in this video, we don't necessarily keep those views, but we're reporting on this, so it's protected under the Fair Use Act. Let's listen in. And neither is this medical advice. Anything they may say regarding medical info, we don't give medical advice. We're not doctors. This is merely for teaching purposes. I'm not making any money off of this. So let's listen in a bit.
The Los Angeles wildfires were orchestrated by the globalist elite to poison our air, water, and the soil, and redistribute property into the hands of the elite, according to a World Economic Forum insider who warns that Build Back Better literally means destroying things first and then rebuilding according to New World Order plans. The global elite have chosen Los Angeles as ground zero for a calculated assault on the people, paving the way for the rapid transformation of the disaster zone into 15-minute cities. These so-called smart cities are nothing more than vast outdoor prisons, designed to trap ordinary citizens with no way out. This evil plan has been in the works for years, and now we're seeing it play out in all its grisly details before our very eyes. Before we dive in, join the People's Voice Locals community if you haven't already, and sign up to become a member. Hence, wars breaking out, the slow bleed of economic collapse, shameless price gouging, and the ever-tightening grip of authoritarianism. We're constantly under the cold, unflinching gaze of the surveillance state. Polarizing media narratives keep fueling division, dividing the people and baiting us towards civil unrest. They won't stop talking about the next pandemic, all while meddling with nature in reckless ways, gain-of-function experiments, self-replicating vaccines, and poisons in the air, water, and food. And the worst part? They flaunt their power, making it painfully clear there's nothing we can do to stop them. Having brought their COVID series to an end, the globalist elite are moving on to their next phase. What's next? The answer is mayhem. Total and utter mayhem. We are barely 1 week into 2025, and already we've had terror attacks in the United States and directed energy weapons orchestrating deadly wildfires in the heart of Los Angeles. Make no mistake, these fires are not natural. They are the worst wildfires in LA history, and evidence is mounting that they were sparked by directed energy weapons deployed from Area 51. Of course, Gavin Newsom has wasted no time blaming climate change, a more than convenient narrative for his commie former government. But there is...
Now, again, we cannot confirm nor deny what this dude is reporting. None of us were there. We didn't see anything. We don't know. It's merely... right now, conspiracy theories, but time will tell. But what we're going to do, we're going to listen to more, and we're going to go into the scriptures, and we'll compare what this guy is saying to what we believe, or what this guy is saying to what's in the scriptures. Do they do some of what this guy is saying? Well, we already seen that they, destroy their own land, slay their own people. We did read that part. We'll read more. Let's listen in more.
There's just one problem. The wildfires are not behaving like normal fires, and they appear to be originating from Area 51 in Nevada, as Into Thin Air reports.
Once again, we are looking at Area 51. As these fires are going on in Southern California, they are laying something over Area 51. It's then being shot by the NexRad radar system. You can see that clear as day right here. It is then expanding and being dropped right over Southern California. And then take a look at what happens to Area 51. This is totally insane. This is not normal, and this is not birds or bugs. I can promise you that. There's something very odd going on with the military or something that's taking place in Area 51 and then being dropped in the sky, which is then carried over by the jet stream or some sort of wind pattern into Southern California. I talked about this yesterday when we predicted these wildfires based on a northwest anomaly that we saw, again from the NextRad radar system, which then led to insane wildfires in Ventura County.
Now, again, at the end of the day, all we looking at is a map. What we know to be California, but we don't know what these images really mean. Now, I'm not trying to say that what he's saying is not true, but I'm also telling you we can't say for sure whether his speculation is true. All we know to be true is what's in the scriptures, and we're relying on that. This is simply information.
Now we are seeing more and more of this being dumped over Area 51 and then flows into Southern California. What is going on here? And then look at how the NextRad towers go absolutely berserk. There is no chance that this isn't related, my friends. This is now 2 days in a row we have captured this happening over Area 51 and flowing down into Southern California, exactly where these wildfires are. And I know a lot of people will give us a hard time for talking about this, but how can you not? This is not a coincidence whatsoever. And I'm going to continue digging into this to see exactly how long they continue this for. If you look close enough, you can find stuff like this every day on these satellite charts. All right, so one final time, let's dissect this. Right here, we have it dropped over Area 51, a perfect lineup with where the base is. And just like yesterday, as soon as it's laid out, we have the zap coming from the radar, the same one coming from Nevada right here. Then we have the expansion as it moves into Southern California. Just like yesterday, those radars start going off and crazy. And that's when this disco party begins in Nevada. Check this out. This is just unbelievable to see happening and then have no one point this out. Just as the cloud is getting over Southern California where all the wildfires are, we start seeing the NextRad towers from different states crisscrossing right over Area 51. Those are where our scalar beams are happening. And this is just insane to watch. You can see that cloud dissipating over Southern California and the Baja. We'll backtrack. You can see it come back and it originates right over Area 51.
Just like before 9/11, major insurance companies seemed to know exactly what was coming, perfectly aligning their plans and pulling policies just before the fires devastated Los Angeles. Insurance companies have now admitted to cancelling fire policies on hundreds of thousands of homes in the Los Angeles area over the past few months, leaving countless families vulnerable and unprotected.
They've lived in this house for 75 years, and they've had the same insurance, and these insurance people decided to cancel their fire. And we're going through this, and it just happened, and they have no fire insurance.
The mainstream media are desperate to dismiss these claims as conspiracy theories. But we now know for a fact that directed energy weapons are not conspiracy theories. They are conspiracy facts.
The Department of Defense spends about $1 billion annually developing directed energy weapons, such as high-energy lasers and high-powered microwaves. These weapons can disrupt or destroy their targets at the speed of light. For example, DoD has developed high-energy lasers that have successfully shot down drones, but speed isn't their only advantage. They're also less expensive per use than traditional weapons like guns and missiles. Despite those potential advantages, DoD has had trouble getting these technologies out of the lab and into service. The Army has developed a detailed transition plan to support moving these weapons into the next stages of development. We recommended that the Navy and the Air Force develop similar plans.
Just like in Maui, the areas hardest hit by the fires are those earmarked for transformation into 15-minute cities. Projects pushed forward despite resistance from local homeowners. The Palisades, the most devastated neighborhood, is not only set to host the 2028 Olympics, but had already begun designated as a future model smart city. Now the land grab begins, and the global elite, led by WF partners BlackRock and Vanguard, are leading the charge to acquire the land and begin building 15-minute cities. In the months ahead, land owned by families for generations will be ripped away from them, stolen right from beneath their child homes. And to add insult to injury, FEMA will offer them $70 as compensation. The elite are brazen. They're not even trying to pretend that this wasn't a giant setup. Governor Newsom blocks the release of vital water from mountain reservoirs, depriving firefighters of a critical resource.
Now, there was something that he reported that he did get wrong. He said that the people are being offered $70. That's not true. It's $770. We do know that much. All right. Let's see here. I'm just trying to see what they reported it as on here. I think maybe he misspoke. Yeah, like right here. It says in the months ahead, land owned by families for generations will be ripped away from them, stolen right from beneath their charred homes, And to add insult to injury, FEMA will offer them $70 as compensation. That's not correct. It's $770. All the people that were affected by it, we've seen news reports on they were offered $770. So we can see right there he misspoke on that, or whatever. Maybe whoever printed the article printed it wrong. Anyway, I will make sure, Lord willing, to put this article in the description of this video when you're watching it, or on the comment board, and on the comment board as well. Now, it's supposedly fact checked by the People's Voice community, and this came out of January 9th, 2025, and it's now the 16th. So this is from 7 days ago. In any event, whether or not it's true, you know, I mean, it's very feasible, it's believable, but we can't say for sure. But we can tell you, when you look in the scriptures, let's see what it says about them, about the wicked. Now, this is Job 20, verse 4. It says, knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short? Now, again, the wicked is Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. Now, you may say, well, I'm confused. You saying that the so-called white man, Esau, but they doing it to their own people? Yes, they doing it to their own people. We read it to you already. It says in the scriptures in Isaiah 14 that Lucifer would destroy his own land, slay his own people, right? Make the world into a wilderness, put people in prisons. That's what they do. And they don't give a fuck if it's some of their own people. To them, the people are low and beneath them. But that's still, if you're an Edomite out there, this your problem. It's your wicked ass world. It's given to you as a portion. You're a wicked man, and this is your wicked portion. Verse 6 says, though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach into the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? He shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. The eye also which saw him shall see him no more, neither shall his place any more behold him. And you're not going to see Edomites ruling, being on the throne, being, above everybody anymore. And after 1,000 years, they're going to be eliminated. You can read that in the book of Obadiah. There shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord hath spoken it. Now let's read a little more. It says, his children shall seek to please the poor, and his hands shall restore their goods. That's coming. His bones are full of the sin of his youth, which shall lie down with him in the dust. Though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, though he hide it under his tongue, though he spare it and forsake it not, but keep it still within his mouth, yet his meat in his bowels is turned. It is the gall of asps within him. He has swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. The Most High shall cast them out of his belly. Right? So you're going to have to restore everything that you stole. You're going to be put in slavery yourself. You're going to be the recompense, or you're going to be the repayment. He shall suck the poison of asps. The viper's tongue shall slay him. He shall not see the rivers, the floods, the brooks of honey and butter. Now, does this mean that you're going to have, a little brook of honey and butter? No, it's talking about the prosperity, the beauty in which you in the kingdom. They're not going to be on the level. They're going to give everything up. As you read it, it says, that which he labored for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down. According to his substance shall the restitution be, and he shall not rejoice therein. So it says, what restitution is? Payback. Like if you steal something from somebody and you order to pay restitution, you're charged with paying back the amount you stole, and even above that. So it says, according to his substance shall the restitution be. So according to everything you got, that's what you're going to pay back, everything. And it says, why? Because he hath oppressed and hath forsaken the poor. Listen, because he hath violently taken away an house which he builded not. And that's what these devils do. And you low-level devils, they used you throughout history, throughout time, to do their bidding. You went and you stole lands, cultures, right? You culture vultures. You stole lands and heritages. And now it's coming back on you in the last days because you're on the bottom. That ain't our problem. That's your problem. Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save of that which he desired. There shall none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. The fullness of his sufficiency is what? His enterprise, his new world order scheme. When he finally gets into it, it's gonna flip on him. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. When he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. Right? These nuclear warheads gonna come, and they're gonna destroy all this shit. So let them build their 15-minute cities, their nuclear bunkers, and see these 15-minute cities are planned all over the earth. It ain't just here in Babylon the Great. If you read or watch a movie, you can look it up. Aldous Huxley's Brave New World. They're showing you in the future of how they want shit to be. And when you look at the image of that 15-minute cities and different stuff, you see perfect streets, perfect plants, everything looking beautiful, right? And then being able to control everything. And a good example you can see is Demolition Man. People wasn't even cursing there. They wouldn't eat meat. It's all kind of little tidbits when you watch that movie. Go back and watch it. It says, it is drawn and cometh out of the body. Yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his gall. Terrors are upon him. And that matter of fact, I never noticed before, that modernization of civilization that they have. Even when you watch the Hunger Games, they show you a neat ass place. Like some people was poor as hell. And then they showed you the upper echelon people that have the colorful hair and them different clothes and strange shit going on. They was living in immaculate places. They was in a city. It was neat as hell. Everything was modern. It was technology. That's what we heading towards. A damn dystopia in which you're going to also have the mark of the beast going to be implemented. Everything is going according to plan. This is wonderful news, really. It goes on a little further. It says, all darkness shall be hid in his secret places. A fire not blown shall consume him. It shall go ill with him that is in his tabernacle. Right? A fire not blown. Right? It's coming out of the nuclear warheads. It says the heaven shall reveal his iniquity and the earth shall rise up against him. Right? The heaven is revealing it. Because why? All right. So let's continue on. Now I got cut off. Let's go back to verse 27. It says the heaven shall reveal his iniquity. Why does it say that? Because the heavens, right? You got the unicorn horn, or the feed from the unicorn being the internet, is revealing everything about these devils all over the earth, right? It goes throughout the heavens. The signals go through, worldwide. You can see what's going on. There's a scripture in the Apocrypha that talks about they shall see all together. The books shall be opened before the firmament, and they shall see all together. That's talking about the Bible being preached and the internet carrying the signal. It says the heaven shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him. The increase of his house shall depart, and his goods shall flow away in the day of his wrath. And they're going to lose everything. It says this is the portion of a wicked man from the Most High, and the heritage appointed unto him by the Most High. All right. And that wicked man is none other than Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Now you may say you don't believe that. Well, that's totally fine. The truth is only for who it's for, but we can still report on it. So let's see more in the scriptures now. And the main thing being of all of this is them taking land, right, and doing what they want to do. They're the same model that they've used forever. Micah 2:1, it says, woe to oppressors. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. Listen to what they do. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. They've done this to us. Oppressed us, took our land. This is what they do, man. Now they're doing it to their own people. It says, therefore, thus saith the Lord, behold, against his family. See, it's not just one Edomite. It's not just a group of them. It's all of them. Behold, against this family do I devise an evil, from which you shall not remove your necks, neither shall you go heartily, for this time is evil. And on a deeper level, The Most High is using the upper echelon of the elites to punish the low-level Edomites. And then in the end, he's going to punish all of them together. See? So they're not going to remove their necks because this time is evil. All right, let's get Job 24 now. Job 24 verse 1 says, why, seeing times are not hidden from the Almighty, do they that know him not see his days? Why do the people of the Israelites that know the Almighty, why do they not see the end of this man's days? Because it's for a certain amount of time, a certain period, and it's got to play out. It says, some remove the landmarks. They violently take away flocks and feed thereof. This is what they do. They remove landmarks. They take away something that's not theirs. They take away a house that they built it not. Some remove landmarks. They've done that. They violently take away flocks and feed thereof. It just so happens that this time is against their own people. This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 1. I will stand upon my watch and will set me upon the tower and will watch to see what he will say unto me and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables that he may run that readeth it. Meaning what? Break down the scriptures and make it plain to everybody. This is what our job is now. You got Jake saying, y'all ain't the prophets. You just regurgitate what you reading out of the scriptures. No, we're not, you booby. The prophets are back now in the reincarnation. We wrote the scriptures before. Now we back to break it down into you, which we couldn't break down in the past because we didn't know what it meant. Now we know what it means and we're breaking it down. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Right? The vision is for an appointed time. And truth be told, I really never understood. I'd say this. Linking the 15-minute cities up with what we saw in the Brave New World and in other dystopian, utopian type movies, I never understood that before. Now 2000, what was it called? 1984 makes a lot more sense now. Demolition Man makes a lot more sense now. And I'm really just understanding that. I really even hardly know that much about 15-minute cities, but what I'm learning about them, it makes sense. A lot of what we were seeing in the movies. Putting everybody in the city and having it AI and all that, it all makes a lot of sense. Having smart, because another name for a 15-minute city is a smart city. And everything is surveillance of all sorts, drones flying around, AI, all types of infrared shit and different kind of robots and different shit. Hey, we right there, man. We are right there. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Right? It's happening. It says, behold, his soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him. Right? The so-called white man is not an upright being. He's not upright, but the just shall live by his faith. You still got people out there talking about God bless America. Here it is. You see America is against you. You still talking about blessed. So we're going to see where you wind up. It says, yeah, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man. Neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire is hell. The elites now, they ready to take back all the cities from you people. And you have no protection because why? They made sure to give you all your heart's desires to get you to indulge in sin so that you will have no protection from the Lord. And it's great. And then when the Lord sent us to warn you, you rebel against us. You broke up against us. So you really ain't got no protection. And then you got niggas saying ain't gonna be no Jacob's trouble. You are naked before the Lord in sin and iniquity with no cloak for your sins. And you about to get all fucked up. You have no idea. Who enlarges his desire is hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Gathering everybody together, don't matter where you come from. He said, you his people. Let's jump to verse 8. It says, because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. You have a shameful track record of stealing, coveting lands, taking lands, shedding blood, all of that. And it's going to come upon you. It goes on. Woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. And that's their goal. They want to go up into the heavens and they think there's some kind of way they're going to be delivered from the power of the Lord. That's why they got a space force. No, you're not gonna escape. It says, thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, and has sinned against thy soul. Make no mistake about it. We talking about the Edomites. Okay, both the upper echelon and the lower level Edomites all together. But the elites are the ones they're going to escape, and they're going to leave all you low level devils holding the bag, and America's going to get destroyed in the nuclear destruction. They're going to make you slaves, basically. They're going to have their own, try to establish their new world order. And then when the plan is foiled, they're going to escape and leave you holding the bill, and you're going to burn up in the nuclear destruction. That's what's going to happen to you. And then we're going to put them in slavery, and you're going to be reborn back through them. It says, for the stone shall cry out of the wall, and the beam out of the timber shall answer it. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood, and establisheth a city by iniquity. And what's happening? They're building a town right now. They burning shit down, tearing shit down. We believe speculation right now, but it's gonna all come out. It's gonna all come out. So we speculate they're doing it, right? They're tearing shit down, but they're gonna build back better. See? So they're building a town with blood and establish a city by iniquity. Behold, is it not of the Lord of hosts that the people shall labor in the very fire, and the people shall weary themselves for very vanity? For the earth shall be filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord, as the waters cover the sea. And we are already partly there now. The earth is being filled up with the knowledge of the Lord. Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that puttest thy bottle to him, and makest him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness. And that's what Esau doing. When you read Revelation 17:1, it says that Babylon made the whole earth drunk with the wine of her fornication. So they're making you drunken also. Then they looking on your nakedness. What did I say earlier? You are naked with sin, naked without protection, and full of sin before the face of the Lord of hosts. And you Israelites, it didn't have to be that way, but you made it. You pushed off repentance, and you wanted to do your own thing. So now you are naked. Thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. So you regular Edomites, hey, drink up, bitches. And then in the end, we'll get them elites. Lord willing, we're of the elect. We're gonna get the elites, but you're gonna be out of the way. So talk your shit, keep mocking, keep coming up to the camp, confronting a racist cult. This is what you're gonna have for your portion. You're gonna drink that blood. That's what you're gonna get. Now let's close out with this. 2 Thessalonians 2:3. All right, and we read this all the time in the KJV. Let's read now from the NLT. We'll go right through it. 2 Thessalonians 2 and verse 3. Don't be fooled by what they say, for that day will not come until there is a great rebellion against the Most High, and the man of lawlessness is revealed. Who is the man of lawlessness? Esau, Edom. That's why one of his core teachings in his religion is that the law was done away with. See? Let's read that again. For the day will not come until there is a great rebellion against the Most High, and the man of lawlessness is revealed, the one who brings destruction. Who's going to bring the destruction? Esau, Edom, because due to his Armageddon or his wars, it's going to cause America to be destroyed. And it really is the Heavenly Father, but he's going to use these devils to bring that destruction. He will exalt himself and defy everything that people call God and every object of worship. He will even sit in the temple of the Most High, claiming that he himself is the Most High. You people, it's the Antichrist, brothers. You're the Antichrist. Even now are there many Antichrists, and their name is Esau, Edom. Don't you remember that I told you about all this when I was with you? And you know what is holding him back, for he can be revealed only when his time comes. That's why all the info is coming out. And to the point, I have to label this as a conspiracy theory, but we know what the truth is. You should know too. For this lawlessness is already at work secretly, and it will remain secret until the one who is holding it back steps out of the way. The Lord is pulling back the veil on these devils now. Then the man of lawlessness will be revealed. He's already been revealed. But the Lord Yahushua will kill him with the breath of his mouth, and destroy him by the splendor of his coming. And what's he doing? He's revealing him, killing this man with this truth. That's why he's restless and he's hiring so many different Israelites and he's projecting through them. The wicked Israelites are up in arms over the white man being revealed. That's why they're coming against the gospel so hard, because when their master is sick, they say, we sick, boss. When he's upset, they say, we upset, boss. These Israelites, these Hebrews, like these one Westers, you niggas is all in up in arms over this damn devil being revealed, and he about to mess you up. But that's okay though. Everybody gonna get what they got coming to them one way or another. You can't escape. It says this man will come to do the work of Satan with counterfeit power and signs and miracles. AI, what's that shit called? The AI, artificial intelligence, right? The brain chips. I just did a lesson last night on the mind reading chip. He got the brain chips. He got the bionic capabilities, robotics, right? Transhumanism. You see all these different things, these counterfeit power and signs and miracles that he's going to use. He has weather manipulation devices and all of that. He will use every kind of evil deception to fool those on their way to destruction because they refuse to love and accept the truth that will save them. You Israelites out there, you didn't want to accept the truth. So you know what? Hey, see you when I see you. So the Most High will cause them to be greatly deceived and they will believe these lies. Then they will be condemned for enjoying evil rather than believing the truth. And they're going to wind up taking that damn MOTB. Jake might even be in the 15-minute cities trying to turn up, but that's cool. Go ahead and do it. We're gonna leave it right there. Look for the article. If you're a brother that want to do a lesson, the article link is on the comment board as well as in the description. So we'll see you soon, Lord willing. This has been the 15-minute city conspiracy theory. All praise to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Shalom.